Growing up, we learn about turtles, how slowly they move, what their shells look like, but we never stop to think about specific turtle species. Sure, we are aware of snapping turtles and huge sea turtles, but we don't look closer. Close enough to see a tiny but important turtle, the smallest turtle species in the United States, which needs our attention. Environmental biologist Dennis Herman pays close attention to the bog turtle.
Bog turtles are very small turtles. They average between 3 to 4 inches in size as adults. Males are slightly larger than the females. The main distinguishing characteristic is on each side, right towards the rear of the head, on each side of the head, they have either yellow, orange to almost reddish-orange blotches. And the males can get up to 4¼ inches. Their shells are generally dark. They're usually, I call it mahogany brown. Sometimes in younger turtles, they get sort of a starburst pattern within the scutes. And on the shell, you can see the various scutes that have the little growth rings. Right in the center of each of those scutes might be like a little starburst pattern of light whitish to yellowish coloration. But as they get older, they start fading out more.
Dr. Wayne Van Devender, biologist, has studied and worked with these turtles.
Turtles have been around for 230 million years, since there were dinosaurs around. They've been here throughout the glacial event. So they were around before climate really started changing so dramatically. And then they were just pushed around by the ice. Almost all species of turtles arise as an isolated subpopulation of something else. So a population is subdivided, and as long as they don't come back together right away, then they each go their own way. And then either they come back together and work out their differences, or one of them goes extinct and the other one goes on.
The pushing around of bog turtles has spread them to few and far specific locations.
There's 2 major populations of bog turtles. One's in the northeastern states, and up there they range basically from western Massachusetts and upstate New York, south to Maryland. The southern population begins in southwestern Virginia, and it ranges down to northeastern Georgia and northwestern South Carolina. And there's 5 states in the south that bog turtles range in: North Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee, Georgia, and South Carolina.
Bog turtles seem to like not necessarily boggy areas, but slow-moving wetlands, shallow, and moss is an important part, but not a necessary part. So in the south, they are associated with bogs mostly. In the north, they're almost any kind of wetlands is possible.
The wetlands provide bog turtles with the necessary omnivore diet.
Bog turtles will eat anything they can overpower because they are very aggressive feeders, and they eat a range of food items. They do eat some vegetation items. They eat seeds and things like that, but mostly they eat a lot of small animals, things like invertebrates like slugs and snails, earthworms, invertebrates you find in the bogs. They will eat anything that they can grab and put in their mouth.
They're mostly carnivorous. Anything small is fair game.
If they were the size of an Aldabra tortoise or a Galapagos tortoise, they'd probably eat people. That's how aggressive they are.
Bog turtles are disappearing along with their habitats, and while the effects on the ecosystem are small, they are noticeable, according to Dr. Wayne Van Devender, biologist.
We've got plenty of bogs where there used to be bog turtles and aren't now, and a few bogs where there are still bog turtles, and every one of them has been impacted in multiple ways, so you're not sure what to attribute to the bog turtle being gone and what to attribute to deforestation, introduction of cattle, introduction of trout, fishing for turtles, any sort of introduction.
They're an apex predator in that bog. Let's look at the overall wetland as your pickup truck. And the bog turtle is one little bolt in the motor of that pickup truck. If that bolt fell out of your motor, you may not notice anything wrong for a while, but there's a reason that bolt is in your motor. And eventually, your motor's going to stop running and the truck's going to not operate. That's the same way with everything in nature. Everything has a purpose. They're a bolt in the motor of that ecosystem.
Bog turtles have been listed as endangered, extinct, threatened, and as a federal species of concern across their known locations.
To figure out why states list them as endangered versus threatened, you've got to go look at their laws and their version of what makes something endangered. South Carolina lists them as endangered. There's only one known population. Nobody knows how big it is, but it's probably fewer than a dozen. That's endangered. Any way you cut it, it's as close to extinct as you can get.
The reason bog turtles are threatening, one of the things that a lot of people don't know out there, the bog turtle is listed as threatened by the Fish and Wildlife Service, the Endangered Species Act, as threatened in the northern population. It's threatened in the south, but it's called threatened due to similarity of appearance. It's because the turtles in the south look like the ones in the north, so they are protected. The thing with having a threatened due to similarity of appearance is they don't get full protection. Their habitat's not protected. The turtle is protected from take, which take refers to collecting, killing, bartering, selling, trading, whatever of that turtle. The turtle in the south is only protected from what they call take. So the habitat's not protected.
If you can make $500 by catching a turtle and you catch 10 of them, you just made more than you made in how long? There is serious financial incentive for people to go get them. And almost everybody can convince themselves that I'm not really hurting the population. And besides, I need the money. But wetlands in general are endangered habitats in much of the United States. Bog turtles are simply vanishing because their habitat is vanishing.
The protection of these turtles can prove difficult, but conservation programs and turtle lovers alike will not give up and find ways to help the bog turtle, according to Dennis Herman, founder of Project Bog Turtle.
There has been some positive that have come out of it, but these wetlands aren't that safe. It's going to take organizations like the Nature Conservancy and other conservation organizations, the local land trust and conservation trust and things like that, to just buy up all the land and protect it. That's the only way they would be safe.
The battle line is really whether or not there's any intrinsic value for maintaining wildlife. And that's juxtaposed with the financial value associated with any kind of development. Project Bog Turtle has a budget, and one of the things they're doing is they're leasing long-term conservation leases. So they're actually paying the farmers enough so that they can save the populations and still maintain their profit margin.
Project Bog Turtle has been a good group over the years. We started using pit tags, passive integrated transponders, so we can identify them just in case they were collected by illegal collecting. We do habitat management where we actually go in and remove small trees and things that start drying up these wetlands. The landowners is the key to the success in protecting the bog turtle. I would say a good 80% range-wide is privately owned. Developing good relationships with the landowner and his family, because inevitably the landowners die. Several of the study sites I've worked with are gone.
While Project Bog Turtle is protecting these turtles, other programs are also in effect.
There's a lot of turtle rescue programs around and a lot of captive breeding, captive maintenance. Turtles usually do well in captivity and get around to it and say, oh, yay, sex time, and they go for it.
There's a lot that's being done, but I'm not sure if we're gaining ground. Be aware of the plight of the bog turtle. Support conservation organizations that are trying to make a difference in protecting the species.
Mostly what you can do to help the species is join the conservation program. I don't think anybody goes out of their way to preserve any turtles anymore. Not a sustainable project.
You don't have to be an expert or biologist to help the turtle.
There's lots of conservation stuff. You can contribute to Project Bog Turtle. You can go out and help them.
While these tiny predators may have tough shells, they need our help before it's too late. Bog turtle habitats are being destroyed, and there are ways to help protect and preserve these creatures' homes. Capturing and selling these turtles are illegal and harmful to not only the turtle, but their environment. The bog turtle is a bolt in the ecosystem's motor, and without this species, the ecosystem may break down. I'm Lauren Green. Thanks for listening.